Hello, thank you for joining me for this tutorial on creating custom pages. This is where you're going to create the personalized pages that print only in your copy of the yearbook. There is a 2-page spread included with your copy of the yearbook. All you have to do is enable it. There is no additional charge for the first 2-page spread. If you want to add more, it's 99 cents for each additional 2-page spread. This video is going to take you through how to enable them, how to disable them if you change your mind, how to purchase additional pages, and then I'm going to take you through the editing things where you can add your photos and then change your background and layout to give you all the tools that you should need to create a pretty epic personalized spread. It has been an unusual year, and I'm sure you have a lot of things that you want to record in your yearbook, so this is the way you can do it. First thing you need to do is log in to TreeRing.com. Once you're in, it's going to take you to your dashboard. First thing you want to do is select the child that you want to work with. If for some reason it doesn't take you to this window, you want to click on Kid Yearbooks. Let's work with, I thought I had Ginny Weasley. Let's work with Ron. Perfect, this will work. Okay, so we have our options here. The second option, customize Ron's yearbook. Create 2 free custom pages by March 31st, 21. So I'm going to click on Build Custom Pages. Once you start these, if you come back in later to work with them, it will still be in this location. It'll just say Edit Custom Pages or something a little bit different, but it'll be right here under option number 2. So if you want the easy way to go with this, you add your photos right here on this window. Pick whichever place you're going to take your photos from. Go to the next option, where you can add any memories. If you've recorded any memories in TreeRing, answered any of these fun little prompts, added any photos through here, there'll be little check boxes for you. You can check which ones you want to have. And then you go ahead and build pages will be green. You'll be able to click on that, and it'll just throw the things on the pages for you and be a really quick and easy way to start, which is perfectly fine for you to do. I don't think you need my help doing that, so I'm going to take you down here to the do-it-yourself page editor. So here's a couple prompts that you need to know about. The first thing here is reminding us that there is a deadline. Obviously, if you try to build these after we've sent the book to print, you won't get them. Here's the button to turn them on or off. So they're enabled right now. If I turn this to orange or red, I guess, it'll be disabled. And it says right here that I've disabled the custom pages. I can change my mind up until the deadline has passed. It's reminding us that our first 2 pages are free. So I'm going to go ahead and enable them again. It's reminding me here that I need to purchase the yearbook to get them. They come in the yearbook, so obviously you need a book to have them live in. So I could right now go in and click Buy Now. For the purpose of this tutorial, I don't need to do that. Here is where you're going to find your option to add more pages. So if you're already in it, just go back to the main screen, come back here to edit your pages. You come right here. It'll give you the Build Pages option, and you can add what you need. So I'm going to click on here. It gives me this layout as a start. Don't let that worry you. We're going to change it all up and make it nice in just a second. Here we are. So I want this to look totally different, but the most important thing is I want my pictures to be available to me. So let's add photos. Over here on the right, click Photos. These are the options, the places that I can get the photos from. You can get them from your Facebook account, which is really convenient if you have been recording memories as they occur by posting them on Facebook. You can get them really easily from here. Most people are going to go to My Computer. If you've shared things already in TreeRing, you can get them from My Photos, Shared Photos, or Photos You've Liked. But let's go to My Computer. Here's my example photo. Do I want to share this? No, this is just for the personalized pages, so keep them private. Go ahead and hit done. If this disappears, you're going to hit photos again, and this will pop up for you. I'm going to go to my private photos. And here we are. I'm just going to drag it over. The photo box I want it to go in will highlight green once I'm hovered over it. So bring it over here and drop it. And there we go. I'm going to click on photos again to have that go away. Now, a couple things you need to know. One of them here is this exclamation point. The image has a low resolution and may print poorly. Shrink the image for best results. It's telling you to make it smaller. If the resolution is bad when you place it here, the resolution will be bad when you print it. So if you have that exclamation point, I highly recommend that you shrink the photo until the exclamation point goes away, or figure out a way to reload the photo so the resolution is higher, or use something else. If you print a photo with that warning marker on it, you probably will not like the results. It'll probably be pixelated or really blurry. So recommend you watch for those warnings. This is a demonstration. I don't need to worry about it because I'm not printing this. Just want to double check on my thing here. Okay. So once you have all your photos in here, you may have, plenty more than what I have right here. You can use this little used button here to help you out. You'll know which ones are in the book that you've placed in the book because it'll have the little red used icon there. This is how you like a photo. You just click the little star. And then down here you have filter options where you can show all your photos. You can show the ones that you haven't used yet, or you can show your likes, which is really helpful if you load a lot and then kind of want to whittle it down a little bit to when you're placing them. All right. Uploaded date is also a really good thing to sort by if you've loaded photos before and you just want to see the ones you did today, whatever. So you can get out of this by clicking photos. There's also memories. If you have gone through under your child before and answered any of those questions, followed any of those prompts to add memories, they would be available for you here. If you have a kinder or first grader and you start adding memories now, you will be able to get all of those when they get into their 6th grade year, assuming we still use TreeRing, of course, but you will have those, which could make for a really great 6th grade yearbook. So I definitely recommend that you ask some of those questions now because you're going to love having them in the future. I could add a new memory right from here if I wanted to. Here's signatures. I'm going to do a whole other video on signatures because this is absolutely phenomenal. Ron here has a signature from his friend Harry Potter. I can place that in his custom pages. And even though Ron was in cohort A and Harry was in cohort B, they get to sign each other's yearbook. It's pretty cool. Here's text and graphics. Text is, of course, for adding text boxes, and graphics will give you little things like these stars here. We're going to edit text and move the graphics around, so I'm not going to take you through these options specifically. You'll understand as we go through. So let's fix this up here. I don't want any of these things it's given me, right? Just not what I want. So I'm going to click on it, get the green dot, hit delete. Now here's a text box. I want text. I don't want that font, and I don't want those words, but I want text. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it over here because I'm going to want it on this page. I'm going to turn it by using the arc, have it be angled this way. I'm going to move that little star out of the way, and then I'm going to single click on the text, go over here to font, and I'm going to change the font. There are so many options. Once you have a font you like, I recommend you remember what it's called so you can just come in and type the first letter and it'll come up for you. You can change the size. You can change all sorts of things about it, including the color. There we go. Now, I don't want it to say Student Council. I want it to say Ron's Epic Year. If I was going to print this, I would definitely be changing that font, but we're not really printing this, so it's fine. So now I want to get rid of some of these other elements. I don't want that yellow scribble, so I'm going to click it and hit delete. Maybe I like the blue scribble okay, but I want it smaller, so I'm going to drag that green dot, move it over here to this page for now, move the star over here. And then let's say I like the idea of having just 1 or 2 photos. I don't want all these. I can click and drag over them all to highlight them all and hit the delete key, and they're gone. I can bring this one down here. Let's say I want them to be bigger. I can drag it. Maybe I want them both to be the same size. So I'm just going to click this one, hit delete. When I click this one, Command C or Control C, depending on which type of computer you're using, and then Command or Control V to paste it. And there we are. Who wants to spend a lot of time aligning them? So I'm going to shift and drag to get them both. Then I get these options here, and look, align is right there. I'm going to align them to the left. Done. If I had 3 or 4 and I had the vertical spacing all messed up, I could use this distribute spacing to clean that up. So there we go. I have my 2 options there. And then I've got this page over here that I thought I'd like the stars, and I thought I'd like the picture here, and I thought I'd like all this, but I've changed my mind. I don't want any of it. So I'm gonna go ahead, select it all, hit the delete key, and just get it out of my way. I'm going to go over here and pick layout. And I want to work just with the right side. So I'm going to click the right button here. But I want layout and design. I want them to give me something fun to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And it defaults to personal pages. You have a couple other options here, collage pages to just give you a nice arrangement for a bunch of photos, activities and events pages. I'm just leaving it at personal right now. I'm going to scroll through and here's our options. There are tons of options. If you find one you like, you definitely want to pull it over and grab it right away. I don't know if there, doesn't look like there's a way you can tag them in here. So definitely want to grab it right away so you don't lose it. Try to find a keyword that might work so you can search for it again. Let's do my memories. That's good here. We'll do this, my year. And there we go. It gives us some options. We can change the text to whatever we want. It's going to be Ron's epic year. Oops. And let's say Ron wants this on there. But now it's in front of the photo. We don't like that. You can click and drag it, put it wherever you want it to be. I don't know if you can see quite easily the yellow line that comes down the middle, but that's telling me it's in the center of the page. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you are. The yellow line will tell you you're in the center, and you can drag it. Let's say I want it to be on one line. I can drag it like this, and then we're back to one line. But I still want it in the center, so I'm just going to move it to make sure the yellow line appears. There we are. So I can go ahead and drag my photos to put them in whichever location I want them to be. I can do the same thing here. If I decide I want different photos, I can click till I get the green dots, rearrange it. Let's see, what else do I need to show you guys? I want to make a couple changes to this photo. There's some effects option if I want the photo to have a shadow, and then you can change different features with the shadow. Or if I want the photo to have a glow, which is just like a shadow but on all the sides, you can change the color of it. You can drag it down here to change as well. If you know the number, you can type it in. And then I don't know if you can see because the background is kind of green, but it does have a little bit of a green glow to it behind it because I selected that. If you change your mind, you go in and just turn it off. You can put frames. You can change the shape of the photo. You can make a border frame if you'd like. So a bunch of different options. And again, you can always disable. So if you mess around with it, don't like it, just disable it. There we are. And there's one other option I want you to know about. If your photos are just not dragging and dropping where you want them to go, they seem to be, you want to put them a little bit to the left and they seem to be sliding to the right and they're just not going where you need to go, come down here to Tools, click Grid, and then see which ones are on. Snap to Page, Snap to Object, Snap to Grid. Each one is going to have the photos kind of gravitate to a different direction. Snap to Object is going to help you keep them aligned. It's going to gravitate toward an alignment with another object. Snap to Page is a little more concerned with its location. Same as Snap to Grid. If you want to see the grid, you just drag this over and you can see the lines that you're working with. So if it's giving you grief, you can't figure out why it's not dropping where you want it to drop, come in here to Tools, oops, Tools down here, click Grid, and then just make sure all these are off. And then they should drag wherever you tell them to go. Should be just fine. And remember, Control Z or Command Z is your friend. If you do something you don't like it, Command Z will fix it right back for you. Okay, so I think I've given you all the things you need to make epic custom pages. Our email address is here at the bottom, so after you've watched this video, you give it a try. If you have any questions, you can email us at that address and we'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you so much and have fun making your custom pages.